This is WMNF Tampa. You're listening to Live Music Showcase. We do this thing here every Friday at 2 p.m. I'm your host, Ken Apperson. It's a ukulele day today. We're in the studio live with Reenee and the Rollers. Thank you guys so much for being here. How are you?
Pretty good.
It's going to be great. We've got a full band in here today. It's I'm ecstatic, frankly. I'm really excited. There's the drums. There it was. If I say a pun, I'm probably going to need a rim shot. That's okay. There it is. Perfect. Yes. All right. I'm so thrilled about this. Oh my gosh. All right. So they're going to play a couple of tunes, and we're going to hear a little bit about what they do, and also, most importantly today is day one of Uke It Out Fest, WMNF's annual ukulele festival. It's a 2-day event this year. We're doing the first day at New World Brewery. Second day is at Cage Brewing. New World Brewery's over there in Tampa, Cage Brewing in St. Petersburg. And you guys are actually playing both days. Is that right?
Yes, we are. We've been playing all 6 festivals.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That is super cool. All right, so I'm dying to hear a little bit about life with a ukulele, frankly. And I think I'm also mispronouncing it right now, which I'm okay with because I think the world kind of does that too. But I like the correct pronunciation as well. We'll get into that in a little while, but I would love to hear a song from you guys.
All right, so this is an original called Let It Rain Again.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't like fancy lipstick. Don't like wearing high heel shoes in the night. Loving wearing my boots if it's all the same. I ain't no fashion model. Don't have dreams of going down to Hollywood. Just like to sit here with you in the pouring rain. I ain't no Cinderella, but I like kissing you under this umbrella. And if you ask me what I wanna do tomorrow, I won't complain if it's the same. Let it rain again and again and again. Let it rain again and again and again. Some people think the rain is so depressing. They head for sunnier lands and start undressing. With bleach blonde hair, they all start to look the same. But up here in the great Northwest, sunny days are my last request. I'll never leave it as long as you decide to stay. I ain't no Cinderella, but I like kissing you under this umbrella. And if you ask me what I wanna do tomorrow, I won't complain if it's the same. Let it rain again and again and again. Let it rain again and again and again. I like the wind and the rain and the snow, but I like it anywhere you go. I'll even let you bring your bird dog Stella, if you let me bring my red umbrella. I ain't no Cinderella, but I like kissing you under this umbrella. And if you ask me what I wanna do tomorrow, I won't complain if it's the same. Let it rain again and again and again. Let it rain again and again and again. Let it rain again and again and again. Let it rain again. Aren't ukuleles fun? Ukulele people are fun.
I love it. I love it. It's awesome.
Maybe I should do that. There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
I just like, I got to keep going.
It's perfect. Well, that's the mark of a pro. No, that's that's solid. To anyone who's wondering what we're talking about right now, you can find out if you go to the live stream. Go to our Facebook live stream, WMNF's Live Music Showcase. If you're a Facebook person, you're gonna feel right at home. Leave us a comment. Let us know what it sounds like to you, how it sounds to you, if you're enjoying it. The thing I love most about ukulele music is the second you hear that first chord, you're immediately in a better mood. And then that just kind of compounds the longer you hear it and all that stuff. So I love it. So ukulele is not just a hobby for you guys.
No,
It's
no.
kind of like a way of life at this point. It seems like it's pretty much all-encompassing.
It has. We've been playing together since we were 19, 48 years together, and met him in the student lounge with guitars, acoustic guitars, went on to rock and roll bands. I played drums for his band at one point. And we had our country rock band in the 80s that went about 12 years. Just always music, that was our gravy. The cake is the life, the kids, the work, the day job, and then the gravy was the music, or the frosting was the music. But we got to Florida, and we were playing all the Florida folk festivals and all with our guitars, and Jim Allen introduced us to the ukulele, and I went in kicking and screaming. I was like, stop, I don't want to play ukulele, that silly little thing. Why aren't you bringing your big guitar and playing all these leads, And he said, well, because it's easier to carry this. And I'm like, that to me wasn't a good excuse, so I had all these original songs that had all this deep guitar stuff. And then I went to an open mic one night that he invited us to, and they put a uke in my hand, and that was it. And like 2 months later, we went to a guitar place and found this Luna. This is my first one. This is Mona Lea. I named them all. I have 23 ukuleles.
You have 23, so you have a full collection of ukuleles. Wow.
And each one has a song, So, so we got this first little Luna tenor, and I went on from there, and it's been 10 years. And he came way kicking and screaming. He said, I'm only going to play bass for you. And then I got a baritone about a year after that, discovered the baritone, and then he took over the ukulele, and he plays amazing leads. He's a master musician. My husband, Vinny.
I was going to say, so let's introduce the band, everyone. So Vinny is over here on bass.
I'm Vinny.
And we have a very handsome gentleman in the drum booth. There it is, on the drums. Yep.
I've been with him almost as long as I've been with Vinny. I actually met Jimmy before Vinny met Jimmy, and I was sneaking out to a nightclub and performing on Sunday nights, and then Vinny found out. He told me he never wanted me. This is before he let me play in a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not allowed to play in a band because he didn't want that kind of wife. Because,
Sure.
And then I was sneaking out to the Sunday night and performing with this band, and Jimmy was in the band. And then I saw Vinny walk in one night. It was about 3 or 4 weeks into it, because I was going to be their female vocalist.
Yeah.
And he walked in, and I started crying. I was singing The Rose.
Oh.
And I started crying.
Oh.
And everybody gave me a standing ovation. But then this woman walked up and said, hey, you guys have a band? Because Vinny got up on stage and performed with me. She goes, you guys have a band? And I said, do we have a band? Why do you ask? It's the best line I ever did.
Just like that, yeah.
Yeah, because if I had said no.
Yeah.
But she said, I'm... her name.
Sure.
I don't want to say.
And that would have been it.
Yeah, and she said her name and what club she was with, and they hired us.
Just like that.
Then
Boom.
we've been in music together ever since. And
I love that.
Yeah, and I never did leave him being a girl singer.
I love that. That's perfect. Yeah. Well, I'd love to hear another song.
Okay, so this one is like a ukulele anthem. We wrote this one about 2012 for World Ukulele Day, and I actually switched the words from World Ukulele Day to It's a Ukulele Day, because to me, every day is a ukulele day. So it's a ukulele day.
I love it. I love it.
And this one's on my tenor.
You're listening to Live Music Showcase on 88.5 WMNF.
All right. It's a ukulele day, so pick up your uke and play. The world sure needs to smile. Put thoughts of war and hate away, they will lead your heart astray. Just strum with me a while. It's just a silly notion, but like the great big ocean, this music touches every land. Let's cause a big commotion, let can wait. It's a ukulele day. It's a ukulele day. It's a ukulele day. It's a ukulele day. It's an ukulele day. So the cool thing about this song, after we did it, about a year later, one of our friends was in Greece at some festival in Greece, and they were asking for little songs, and she had the music and words to it, and so she was playing it at this festival, and a band heard it called Ukas in Fabula, and they had won Italy's Got Talent, and they were at the festival, and they heard it, and they asked permission, and that's what landed me in Nashville with Debbie Cox Davidson, and I became an ASCAP writer at that point because they needed licensing to perform it all over Europe.
So that was something I really wanted to touch on. I think that's fascinating. I'm always harping on the fact that we have such a blossoming music community here in the Tampa Bay community. What I mean by blossoming is there's always been a good sized Tampa Bay music community, but it seems like, especially in the past few years, it's really starting to explode.
Yes.
More people are moving here, obviously, and a lot more people here are getting inspired to pick up an instrument and learn an instrument. Now, because of that, as a person who has given guitar instructions to young children, one of the first things that you hear from a young child when they pick up a guitar, ow, my fingers hurt. Ow, that hurts. I don't like that. Okay, let's try the ukulele first. And I love how that instrument can be an introduction to a child, can be a musical introduction to a child, because them making that connection and then growing up with it and having that creative outlet when things get tough, when they have a hard day and they need somewhere to put those emotions, is a really healthy way to do that. And that's I think one of the most important benefits of music, and specifically the ukulele in that way. So speaking of the ukulele, and this is going to be a ukulele centric episode. So if you're already sick of the word, I apologize to you, dear listener, in advance. So Vinny, you're actually on the board of directors for the ukulele.
No, actually, Noreen is.
Noreen is on. Okay, I'm sorry. Noreen is on the board of directors. Yes. So first of all, there's a ukulele society.
Yes, Tampa Bay Ukulele Society. I think when I started with the Ukulele Society, there was about 150, 200 people in it. And now it's like over 3,000 people in the Tampa Bay Ukulele Society. Some of those are not local.
Sure.
But we have a huge group in Dunedin that's run by Susan Glorscheib.
Yeah.
And she has every Monday night at the Hale Center. She just has a ukulele jam, and sometimes there's 100+ people there every Monday. And then Tampa Bay Ukulele Society has open mics and jams all over Tampa Bay. I've been running one at Jan Platt Library. We're waiting for Hillsborough to open back up for events at the library. But then I'll be back there on the third Saturday, and we do a rocking uke jam with a whole band so that people play along like they're playing rock music. We've done Stones, we've done everything. We do a theme every month, make people dress in costume.
I love that.
But Tampa Bay Ukulele Society also has done a lot of fundraising, not only for other main charities in the area, like Feeding Tampa Bay and all, but also they have put ukuleles in the library for loaning. So just like a book, you can go to a library and check out a ukulele and little instruction book.
Wow.
We have workshops in the library. They're absolutely free so that people can bring their own uke or use a uke there that day and try a test run to see if they like playing ukulele.
Yeah.
And we're also now fundraising to put ukuleles in schools. Different teachers are asking for help for ukuleles, and so that's what we're doing. We're trying to fundraise now with a focus on not only the libraries but also the schools.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's truly amazing. So once again, everyone, for those listening, for those just joining us, we're helping to promote the You Get Out Festival that's happening tonight and tomorrow. 2-day festival, and it's free. It's a free festival as far as I know. Nope, it's not. Okay. Saw that in an email. I must
It's
have
a
misread
fundraiser
it.
for
it's a
WMNF.
fundraiser for WMNF. Yes, okay. My mistake. Forget that I just said that. But it is 2-day festival.
It is free for children,
Free for
12 and
children.
under.
That's
there
what I
you
saw.
go. You had
Yep,
it.
I was close. Okay. New World Brewery tonight, starting at 7 p.m. Tomorrow at Cage Brewing, starting at 4 p.m., going all the way till 10. And it's going to be great. It's really going to be great. I'm really excited. So,
Yeah, I
Yes.
think it's 17 if you buy it online.
There it is. Yes, thank you.
20 if you arrive at the door without a ticket. You can still get a ticket at the door.
Yeah, that's awesome. So thank you for having that info. So I'd love to hear another song if you guys
All
don't
right.
mind. And then I'd love to dig into, I always loved hearing about the dynamics, like band dynamics, especially when like married couples, things like that. We kind of touched on a little bit of that, but I always think it's interesting because Fleetwood Mac is a band, basically. That's why I think it's interesting.
Yeah,
We'll
they're
dive
all
into that.
family. Yeah.
Exactly. They're all in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, I'd love to hear another song.
All right. So this one I write eclectically. That's one of my things. I'm not a
You don't pick a
pigeonholed-
genre.
Yeah, I was told a long time ago, if you would just stay with one genre, you'd probably be famous. Who cares? I'm not in it to be famous. I just want to write. So I'm eclectic. So
love
this
that.
is a country-ish song that I wrote in California. Every time we tried to move out of California, it's Highway 5. I call it Earthquake Highway. So the name of the song is Earthquake Highway. So think about when Silicon Valley went down.
Compelling.
Back in the 90s. Okay, here we go. It's an older song. Okay. Going down that earthquake highway, it's a long, black, dusty road. It don't shake away your memories. It just takes away your soul. Many times I've contemplated where that road would lead, and then I turn around a bit defeated, and I head back home again. I get stuck in the middle of going nowhere and leaving this place behind. And when you get stuck, even if you're there, your heart's not with your mind. And time keeps turning that clock ahead, and the road gets hard to find. When you're stuck in the middle of going nowhere, leaving this place behind. Some say stay. There are some old mines that are rumored to have gold, but the roads, they twist and turn, and you get lost from overload. Then you wake up one early morning with weary hands, too weak to pray, and all you're left with is a thin memory, and all that gold has washed away. You get stuck in the middle of going nowhere and leaving this place behind. And when you get stuck, even if you're there, your heart's not with your mind. And time keeps turning that clock ahead, and the road gets hard to find. When you're stuck in the middle of going nowhere and leaving this place behind. When you're stuck in the middle of going nowhere and leaving this place behind. When you're stuck in the middle of going nowhere and leaving this place behind.
You're listening to Live Music Showcase on 88.5 WMNF. I'm your host, Ken Apperson. We're here in studio with Reenee and the Rollers, helping us promote You Get Out Fest tonight and tomorrow at Cage Brewing and New World Brewery. There it is. Ha 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 ha. There it is. Okay, so you guys are married.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. You've been married how long?
This April coming up, we're almost there. Wow. 45 years.
Wow. That's a triumph in and of itself, especially in today's day and
It's
age.
a long time.
Yeah.
45 years.
Just- I tell him he's not safe yet.
He's not safe yet.
He's got to keep being good, or
Okay. So I love that. So that kind of leads me into what I was going to ask. So I always love to find out, and feel free to shoot this down, but I always think it's interesting, and I've met so many bands, they have so much turmoil on their own. When you add in the element of like a family member or a spouse and things like that, sometimes it really can complicate things. And you guys have been playing together for a while. So I always try to look at that and say, how do you do it? How do you stay together as a family unit? How do you stay together as a band? How do you navigate those difficult moments?
I would say this is how he always makes me talk.
It's like, I don't know. What do you do?
Well, I think, a couple of things. We fight all the time.
Okay.
We fight about everything except maybe Chinese food.
Okay.
And I mean, we did compromise. We found out that I can't do horror movies. He can't do chick flicks. So we go to action movies.
Okay.
And, you have to have some compromise. People say, oh, you shouldn't have to compromise. Well, you do. If you're going to, and even in a business or anything, you got to have some compromise. So, but I also, I wrote a song a long time ago. I'm not going to do it today, but it's called Our First Kiss. And I think that as a couple, and I advise people that are, married or long-term relationships, there's going to be things that come at you, the finances, kid problems, the house, jobs. And when you get to this moment of like, oh,
Sure.
if you can, at least one of you can step back and go back to that first kiss and remember it, because that's the bravest moment of your relationship. And that's who you really were. Like, I'm
Wow.
gonna cry, but it's called.
Wow.
I have a song called, Our First Kiss, and it's about that. It's about letting go of all of the problems and going back to who you really are. You're not who you are when all the finances are going down or
Sure.
pandemics and you're stuck in a house together. All these things.
Sure.
It's going back to who you were when you met that
Yeah.
moment, and
That's
that's who you really
profound.
are.
That's profound.
Yeah.
That's a profound piece of wisdom. That's beautiful. So with that in mind, that's how you guys kind of navigate those moments. You just try to maintain that perspective.
And we try not to hit each other.
And
Yeah, that's important too.
Yeah.
That's a good strategy.
So, yeah, musically it works out pretty good. It's kind of like a band, like you were saying.
Sure.
When you add that extra piece to that band,
Yeah.
it's like adding another family member.
Yeah.
And then another piece, the more pieces you add, the harder it gets, because you're bringing in a lot of different things that,
Yeah.
they're not used to, we're not used to, and you have
Yeah.
to work it together. So bands that can last more than 3 to 4 years, you're doing pretty well.
That's how you know
Yeah.
you're in for the
Yeah.
long
Yeah,
haul.
you got the right people.
Jim Mackey, our drummer here,
Yes, sir.
we were all in California together, played music together in 4 or 5 bands now. And he moved to Florida before we did. We came 10 years later. And so we've just always been friendships, like they're brothers. And they even went into business together doing telecommunications for about 28, 30 years. So it's just, he's part of the family. And our kids all got raised together as well. So this has been the core of our group for
Long time.
40 years.
Yeah, long time.
So we've been, and then other people have come and gone. And we have tonight and tomorrow night, Jay Noons is playing with us. I finally, was able to, pull his teeth and make him come join us a little bit. And he's a phenomenal ukulele player and teaches and runs jam sessions with Tampa Bay Ukulele Society. And he's the first person I met besides Jim Allen when I went to that open mic. So, he's been there from the very beginning, and we're really excited to have him with us tonight.
So it sounds like, you guys are in and of yourself a very tight kind of unit.
Yeah.
And it sounds to me like the Ukulele Society maybe is similar in that sense.
Well,
Yeah.
well, it is. And what you were talking about before with kids starting out,
Yeah.
this is actually good for seniors, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of seniors have never been able to play an instrument, and they love to sing and socialize. And this is one of the great ways for them to get together and socialize. and play, and it's easiher for them. It's not
Sure.
like guitar where you
Yeah.
have to use
Yeah.
a lot of
A little
fingers.
easier on the fingers, a little
Sure.
easier on the hands.
Better
those
than
muscles.
knitting and quilting.
So
I'm not, Mary Mahoney, we love the Quilting Society. Yes, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, yeah.
Well, you're a little biased
Yeah.
too.
Well, it's actually a good friend of ours who was also a ukulele player. She's up in New Jersey now. She just graduated, got her PhD, and is teaching research. But she did her whole research on the cognitive aging theory of how music affects the aging, your cognitive. I can't even say
It helps you
Problem.
retain
Thank you.
neuroplasticity
Thank you.
and cognitive function.
It's really good for
I'm a
you.
little familiar
Obviously,
with
I'm a
that one.
senior
Yeah.
citizen, and I've already lost it. You know?
I think
Senior
senior
moment.
citizen is a
I couldn't
mental
say it
is a
as well.
mental state, and because
I
you
know.
play ukulele, I don't know that you'll ever be a senior citizen, especially
Thank
with
you.
the amount of energy that you bring to just being in this room.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure it's going to be even more so on stage tonight and tomorrow.
I did get a little bit of it's called COVID fog.
Yeah.
I had the COVID last year, critical,
Sure.
and boy, for the first 6 months, it was just like I had a stroke. Everybody was filling in words for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I've come a long way in 18 months, and this is so good this is last month and then this month playing in festivals again, and
Yeah.
not forgetting my words and so
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah, I'd love to talk a little more about that too. And I know we mentioned earlier, you said something about maybe handing me a uke today. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's,
Yeah.
I don't know if we're still doing that.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do one more ukulele song, then I'm going to do a lesson with you, and then we're going to do that little Marvel comics.
We'll move it. Yeah, I love
yeah.
that. We'll move it kind of quick. That's what we'll do because
Yeah.
we only have an hour today. But
Yeah.
I'd love to hear another song.
Okay, so this one, again, we're staying on the uke. This one, I wrote this one for a compilation album. I think you guys have it here at WMNF. It's called Mum, Making Ukulele Music. And it was to help with our charity. So we all donated a song to the album. And I didn't want to give up It's a Ukulele Day. This is the God's honest truth. Can I say God? Okay.
Yes, yes. He's listening, I'm sure. He's one
And
of
I
our
didn't
biggest
wanna-
fans.
I didn't want to give that one up. And so I said to my husband, I go, I'll write a real, I can't say that word either. It starts with a C,
Yeah.
ends with a Y. I'll write a real song that I don't care about and put it on this album. And then I wrote this one, and then we looked at each other and we went, dang. Because we really loved it too. It's
Awesome.
like, I'm trying to write bad songs. I don't know. That sounds egotistical. That was not. I'm just saying.
I
That's how
just
this.
can't write a bad song. That's okay.
So
Because
I-
frankly, if the proof is in the pudding, I think you get away with it.
Yeah.
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 Down in Florida on a sugar sand beach with the one I love. We'll play our ukuleles and sing ukulele lady just like the days of old. You can hear the waves keeping rhythm to the beat as the cajones play. With our little ukuleles we can get away from it all. And when the moon shines bright, lights the sands up white, we can sing our love songs all night long. But when there's just starlight, we'll still play our ukes all night. We might stop for breakfast at the break of dawn. Down in Florida, where the palm trees sway with the breeze above, me and my baby gonna fall in ukulele love. Got kazoos there. And when the moon shines bright, lights the sands up wide, we can sing our love songs all night long. But when there's just starlight, we'll still play our ukes all night. We might stop for breakfast at the break of dawn. Down in Florida, where the palm trees sway with the breeze above, me and my baby gonna fall in ukulele love. Me and my baby gonna fall in ukulele love. Me and my baby gonna fall in ukulele love.
You're listening to Live Music Showcase on 88.5 WMNF. We're live in studio here with Reenee and the Rollers, killing on the uke Love it. I love it.
Somebody needs to grab a ukulele for you.
Yeah. If one of the if we can grab someone to come in here and grab a ukulele for me. Anyway, in the meantime, so once again, if you're listening right now on maybe on your computer and you're like, I want to see what's going on this thing, you can check it out on Facebook on the live stream. You can search us for WMNF's Live Music Showcase. You can find the live stream there. So we've got this. If you're not watching right now, you should be. It's fantastic.
It's like it's over here.
Oh, it might be
It's behind me.
Over there. Yeah. Sorry. No.
Sorry, you do
over
have to
there,
come on
yeah.
camera.
That's okay. she can
so
run.
cute.
Pamela.
I love you. That's the ukulele. Everything's fun and joyful.
Pamela Robinson. Yeah, perfect. Yes, lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pam.
This giant, heavy instrument.
Oh, that's excellent.
That sounds lovely. I love it. So now the people listening at home are not going to hear me, thankfully, thank goodness, but they're going to hear you guys. We're going to hear this song. So give me a really quick, what's the big chord that I need to know?
You're going to take your index finger.
My index finger.
And put it on this.
On the second string down, first fret. Ooh.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to keep it there
I'm
a
gonna keep
whole 3 songs.
I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that.
And just let it rip your inner feelings. Just let it come out.
I'm going to try to channel all of my emotional turmoil and angst through this instrument.
So this is a proof that anybody can play the ukulele, okay? Which you already do, but we're teaching people that with one chord, you put the lime in the coconut, then you drink it up. You put the lime in the coconut, drink it all up. You put the lime in the coconut, drink it all up. You put the lime in the coconut, call me in the morning. Ooh, we're gonna walk down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take you higher. We're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, the beat goes on. Yeah, the beat goes on. Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-da-da-da-dee, la-da-da-da-da. You put the lime in the coconut, then you drink it up on Electric Avenue. Yeah, 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 Electric Avenue. And the beat goes on. Yeah, and the beat goes on. There we go.
Love it. I love it.
So
My fingers don't hurt at all.
go ahead, Vinny. Tell them what the rest of that was, because you came up with this
What's that?
lesson.
Oh, no, it's just for people to understand that you learn one chord,
Yeah.
you can play some songs
Yeah.
right out of the gate. You learn 2 chords or 3 chords, now you've opened up to about 20,000 songs you can do and sing.
See, that's the beauty of it. There's some really simple fundamentals that you can learn. That, they're a little tricky, but they're really nothing compared to other instruments, that are a lot more taxing, a lot more difficult. And you're playing in no time.
Right.
Really. That's one of the things I love about this instrument, all of these instruments.
And what you
That
were
and the
playing
fact that I
on
can
was
literally... Oh, go
you were
ahead.
playing on a Luna soprano. That's the vintage mahogany Luna soprano.
That's beautiful.
And you notice I have all Luna instruments with me today because Luna is a sponsor of You Get Out.
Oh, what? I didn't even know that. That's wonderful. See, that's great.
One of the sponsors.
See, that's what I love about companies like that. Big companies because they're not a small company. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're major, but they really take part in the community of ukulele here in Tampa because their world headquarters are here in Tampa.
Mm-hmm. And I know there are a couple of other Tampa artists that are sponsored by them as well. So
Yes.
that's pretty cool.
Right.
I love how
I think Apple Butter Express.
Apple Butter Express is
Yes.
one of them. Yep.
Great.
If
And
I'm-
they're going to be there.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Both
Both
nights.
nights.
That's awesome. I
Yep.
love that. Yeah, Apple Butter Express is going to be there. Matt Walden, I think, is
Yeah,
going to be there as
that's
well.
great.
Yeah, he's a great
Junction
performer.
27.
Junction 27.
Rebecca and Flea, they're the reason that this whole thing exists.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. And
Yeah.
Flea in particular. He's
Yeah.
great guy.
And I'm here taking today. He won't be here tonight because of a family
Scheduling
emer-
conflict. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Wood.
But Tom Hood and the
Hood,
Tropical
yes.
Suns, and he would have been here today with you, but instead you got me and Vinny.
Yeah, he had a sudden difficult thing happen in his family, and our
Yeah.
hearts go out to him.
Yep. He'll be
for
there
sure.
tomorrow night, I think, for sure, though.
Wow, that's
He's
awesome.
flying in, yeah.
That's amazing. So if you're just joining us right now, you're listening to Live Music Showcase here on 88.5 WMNF. There's a number of ways you can listen to this show and even watch this show right now. We're obviously live on the air on the FM channel. If you're listening to us in your car or somewhere where you actually have a physical radio in your house, that's amazing. I love that. People that still do that. You can also listen live anytime to this show and every other show on WMNF at WMNF.org. You can go and listen live right now. You can also donate to the station at WMNF.org anytime, any place, online, or you can even download the WMNF app. So all of these ways to listen to the show live. You can also, there's so many different ways, listen to the show as a podcast. Maybe you don't like to listen to the radio live. You like to listen when you want to listen. You like that control. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, any of those places where you get your podcasts. Just search Live Music Showcase and you will find us. So I'd love to hear another song from you guys if we could.
All righty. This time I'm moving to the baritone. I did not write this next song, but because you liked Star Trek, and I thought, well, he might like Marvel and Disney. And so we were watching Loki, and when the moon was crashing,
Sure.
this song came on. And before the episode was finished, we turned to each other. We gotta adopt this song. So this is actually Jim Reeves did it, Gloria Page, but this is the Bonnie guitar version. She just died a couple of years ago. She was up in Washington State and was continued to play right till she dropped. So amazing. Look her up. It's a pretty cool thing about Bonnie guitar. Ready? 1, 2. Dark moon, way up high up in the sky. Oh, tell me why you lost your splendor. Dark moon, what is the cause your light withdraws? Is it because I've lost my love? Mortals, it seems, have love's perfect dreams, but they don't realize that sometimes love can bring a dark moon. Way up high up in the sky. Oh, tell me why you lost your splendor. Dark moon, what is the cause your light withdraws? Is it because I've lost my love? Mortals, it seems, have lost perfect dreams, but they don't realize that sometimes love can bring a dark moon. Way up high up in the sky. Oh, tell me why you lost your splendor. Dark moon, what is the cause your light withdraws? Is it because I've lost my love? What is the cause your light withdraws? Is it because I've lost my love?
I love that. I love that. That's awesome.
Isn't that great?
We're live in studio with Reenee and the Rollers here on Live Music Showcase. We do have a few people watching on the live stream. Thank you if you are watching the live stream. Thank you very much. Leaving comments, that's always appreciated. We have a couple of very nice comments. So great from Lindsay Sims. Jet Landon says, remember your first kiss. Excellent advice. And then LOL, lime in the coconut. Who doesn't love that song? You know, I think it's funny how many... I think that the ukulele is one of those instruments that's commonly dismissed and maybe even forgotten about sometimes, you know. But sitting here listening to this music, and I'm thinking back how many, you know, great songs that I've just fallen in love with over the years really are kind of heavily influenced by ukulele and have, you know, ukulele involved. I always go back to the movie The Jerk, for example, and the scene on the beach where I know you belong. Am I in the right key? No, probably not. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
You belong to some. That's okay.
You can play
That's
it.
okay. Don't indulge me, please. It's not. It's
No, yeah, we
strictly
like
for
that
my
one.
ego.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. But so my point is that it's such a commonly dismissed instrument, but it adds so much to moments like that, movies, television, especially. It's just such a powerful, captivating tool.
And
just like in that movie, in that
Vedder,
show, yeah.
Luminaires.
Yep.
Yeah. One of my favorite groups, American Authors.
Oh, great band. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They do a lot of that. Yeah. And they don't play it on uke, but
Yeah. I was scared of dentists and the dog. I shouldn't sing that
yeah,
song.
right. No.
But you get the
you know,
idea.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
just like there's everything. We hold no. For us though, uke has no boundaries.
Sure.
You know, I mean, like.
I love that. And there's the drums.
Right, you know, and you know,
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
everything you can play it on both the uke and this. It's just like no songs are out of boundaries.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I mean, as
Oh,
far
Ozzy Osbourne. No,
as yeah, yeah, exactly.
whatever.
Yeah, that's the first song you're
he
legally
tries to
required
keep
to
me-
learn on
He's
guitar.
trying-
Yeah, for
he's
sure.
like, don't do Ozzy when we get there.
Don't do Ozzy. Well, you just did. Time to fight
Right.
when the show ends.
Right.
That's right. long drive home.
Long drive home for sure. So we're in studio here with Reenee and the Rollers. We've got Vinny over there on the bass. We've got Jim in the drum booth. How you doing in there? You doing okay? Give me a thumbs up if you're doing all right. Awesome, perfect. I love it. The rim shots galore. It's fantastic. I'd love to hear another song if that's all
All
right.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know we have enough time to do all of them, so
Yeah.
I'm going to. I might do Derby Girl last, but I'm going to do Patch of Blue because it's really important to me.
Okay.
When I was in the hospital,
Yeah.
all I could see out of the hospital window with COVID, you know, I was in the isolation.
Sure.
I could see the bare top of some trees, the buildings on either side, and just the blue sky.
Yeah.
And I would just lay there, you know, hour after hour, just staring at that blue sky and watching the night sky and all. And I held on to that because we couldn't see each other. They wouldn't let anyone in the hospital last year. And, you know, I was told that I probably wasn't going to make it. And
Yeah.
I just kept looking out that sky and hoping he was looking at it too. It was one of those moments of just we've got that patch of blue, and that's going to hold, I'm going to hold on to that. So I started thinking about this while I was in the hospital, and I wrote it pretty soon after. It's taken me about a year to finalize all the words in it, but this is called Patch of Blue. And shout out to Jeff Lynne because I like the way he plays music, so I kind of grab and I'm inspired by certain artists, you know, so this is a Jeff Lynne moment for me. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. In this room I look out the window at a patch of blue, and I think of all the things I do and say to let you feel my love today. And in this room lonely days keep passing. I watch the moon and sun as they race across the sky away, while my heart breaks for I someday. Oh, I think of you as I hold on to this patch of blue. Oh, it's an endless sea as I sail through this endless stream, 'cause I believe, yes I believe, this patch of blue will have to do to see me through till I come home, till I come home to you.
You're listening to Live Music Showcase on 88.5 WMNF. Reenee and the Rollers here in studio with us, helping us promote You Get Out Fest tonight and tomorrow at New World Brewery and Cage Brewing. That song that's some deep stuff. That's pretty deep.
I got a little emotional while I was singing it too. I was like, don't think about it.
Don't think, just sing the words.
Don't be
think about
in
where it came from.
Yeah.
But I kind of, I try to stay away from the COVID stuff too much because a lot of people, they've heard it, they know it, and maybe they need an escape from it. But I also realize that those personal experiences that you guys went through, that you went through as her husband, I can't imagine what that would be like for her to go through that, and for you to be on the outside and not be able to see her, for you to be in there, being told that your life might be coming to an end, and you're sitting there and you're watching that patch of blue sky and you're just hanging on to that.
Yeah.
And I like to, when we can, use this show as a way to give some advice and some guidance when we can. And so, Vinny, I ask you, when you were on the outside and you were maybe feeling powerless, helpless,
Yeah.
what did you do? Put it this way, if for someone listening right now who's going through what you went through and what you both went through, what advice do you give that person on the outside?
Well, it was really strange because we drove up to the hospital and they just took her away and said, no, you can't come in.
Oh, wow.
So that was really
Yeah.
bad. And then I went home and then I caught COVID.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling good. I went back to the hospital a few days later and they admitted me
Oh,
in
wow.
this hospital. So I was
geez,
actually,
so you were right there with her.
yeah, but there was time
I mean-
when I was home and she was there.
I was
Yeah.
there
I
a week,
couldn't-
almost a week or so
I
by
couldn't
myself.
visit or anything. So
Wow.
by the time I got in, her doctor said she wasn't doing very well. He came and talked to me, and they let us put on the back then it was early COVID.
Yeah.
Put on the suits, and we could walk around and visit each other.
Oh,
No,
wow.
I didn't get to walk around. I couldn't
Yeah,
walk.
she
He
couldn't.
came and visited
Right.
me.
So that
yeah.
worked
Right.
out. I was in for like 5 days.
Wow.
But it's a horrible thing.
I always said he purposely couldn't breathe so
Yeah.
he could come to the hospital and make sure I was okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So you found a way to stay together,
yeah.
whether you liked it or
we
not.
said we do everything together, including COVID.
There it is. Yeah. So that's the answer. That's
Unusual.
Yeah.
that's the key. All right. So we have just a little bit of time left. I think we probably maybe might have enough time for like one more song. I know
Okay.
we had a few left, but I want to always, give a little bit of recognition because this show is a little bit unique here at WMNF. We don't just pop into a small studio and flip a few switches and jump on the air. This is there's an entire crew involved in making this show happen. We have a whole bunch of people involved. So I like to give a little recognition. First and foremost, Mr. Mark Perfetti, our sound engineer, making sure we sound good, making sure everything runs smoothly sound-wise so that it comes through beautifully to you guys. In addition to that, we have, let's see here. Oh, this is actually a set list. That's fun. We have Marcy over there on the camera. We have Ed over here on a camera as well. We have Bob Hoke in there directing the video. We have Richard being the video assistant as well. We have, we have such a big team. We have Pamela, who is an audio assistant. We have Brian Van Fleet, who is our board op today. Thank you, Brian, for running the board, making sure that our signal gets out to the airwaves. We have Bree, our social media volunteer, helping out, making sure everything in the social media world runs smoothly. God, am I forgetting anyone? I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's everyone. We have Chandler taking photos for us as well. So we have a huge team of people that are all working behind the scenes to make sure that the audio and visual elements of the show run smoothly. Of course, I'm your host, Ken Apperson. I do all kinds of things around town, musically speaking. You're welcome to find out everything else I have going on at my website, kenapperson.com. And of course, once again, just to remind everyone, Uke It Out Fest is tonight and tomorrow. Tonight it's going to be at New World Brewery, 7 o'clock till 11:30. And tomorrow it will be at Cage Brewing in St. Petersburg, 4 o'clock until 10 p.m. So if you guys would I would love it if you would take us out with a uke song. Tell me a little bit about this tune before you do it.
We're skipping past 2, and we're moving on to River Manatee. It's one of the first songs I wrote when I got here to Florida. We were living down in Bradenton by the Manatee River and the Longboat Key and all. So I was first involved with Florida folk. Hi, Florida folk guys, Florida folk friends and stuff. And we played in the Florida Folk Festival, and also this song is a Florida folk song now.
Wonderful. I love it.
River Manatee. Midnight, sailing down the Manatee, moonlight guides us to the open sea. We'll sail the shores of Longboat Key, the wind, the moon, the sails in me. Diamonds sparkle on the sea of teal. Waves sigh, they seem to know the way I feel. This is all I'll ever need, just living by the river Manatee. I am a lucky man to live by the teal blue sea. Bought me a sloop and then I named her Anna Marie. Don't need to work no more or travel to distant shores. This is all I'll ever need, sailing out upon the teal blue sea and living by the river Manatee. Starlight with a stray cloud or two, warm nights replace the sunshine of my youth, when I chased all those dreams and schemes, never knowing this is where they'd lead. I am a lucky man to live by the teal blue sea. Bought me a sloop and then I named her Anna Marie. Don't need to work no more or travel to distant shores. This is all I'll